Going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I am Lady Nika, and with last night's episode of The Have and the Have-Nots. This is season, I think this season 3 or 4. I don't know. Episode 21, The Fugitive. All that'll be down in that title. You know, the season and the episode and the name of the episode or whatnot. I told y'all I'm be coming back this week because I'm trying to catch up, and I like to make sure that if it at all possible, I keep my playlist that I have for the shows I review. I like them to be in order, not missing any episodes if possible. So I'm going to be doing this. Catches me up with the have and have-nots tonight. Doing this review now. After this, I'll upload last week's Greenleaf, and then tomorrow I'll give you tonight's episode of Greenleaf, and then I'll do the video about Tamar and Vince that I've been talking about yesterday. That I want to talk about that stuff. Okay. For those of you who are new, y'all know I am a lupus survivor. Y'all know from time to time I come in and I'm in the palace, child. My date with being, so y'all know I'm gonna get my videos out regardless. So we're going to go on and try to get this one done and the other one done while I'm sitting here being treated or whatever. So, this episode starts back off where it ended last week. Child, Hannah done stole little Quincy out the hospital. Y'all know that was funny. That was so funny to me when she stole that child at that hospital. Anyway, child, she done stole a child, and she done went to Catherine Cryde's plantation, and that's what she had now. Now, Benny gets ready to go home, but when he gets to his house, he notices that the police are outside. So instead of him stopping and having a conversation, see what they're looking for or what's going on while they're there, he passes on by, and as he get up the road, he calls Candace and tell her that, the police are outside my house, what's going on. She automatically thinks that Veronica sent them over there. She said that Veronica had threatened Jeffrey and told him that if he did not show up for the engagement party and I guess officially propose to her and move in with her and Melissa and this upcoming baby, then she would have the police over there at Candace's house doing, with a search warrant. So she just assuming that's what's going on. Now, I don't know why they assume that, because Jeffrey hasn't talked to Candace since he left her house. So she don't know if he actually went to the meeting or not. So why would you automatically assume that that's what it's in reference to? Child, he get to talking about he on his way to Candace's house. In fact, as he talking to her, he does arrive there. He get in there and he asking her pertinent questions that he would need to know about the stabbing of Quincy, like how many times he was stabbed. And she like, why does all of that even matter? He said it mattered because if it come down to it, I'm going to take charge. She was like, no, Benny. He was like, it's already a done daughter. I don't know why the police is around there, but if this is in reference to this Veronica get mad at Jeffrey, then it is what it is, and I can't have my sister going to jail, so I will be taking this charge. As they discussing who gonna take the charge, the police is now at Candace's door, and they are knocking rather hardly. He told her, before you answer the door, I need you to promise me that you are going to not, if it come down to it, you're not going to say nothing, let me do the talking. She said, no, what I'm going to promise you is if I have to confess, that's what I'm going to do. So she go to that door, and they looking for Hannah Young in reference to a situation with Quincy, whatever his last name, Jr., okay? They, Benny like, what you looking for my mother for? He said, well, she kidnapped little Quincy from the hospital. He say, are you Benjamin Young? He said, yeah. He said, well, I have a search warrant to search your house for her too. Have you seen your mother? He said, I'm pretty sure she's not at the house. Well, they said, we need to search, we need to go in and see anyway. He was like, why? I just told you she's not at home. He said, well, just a moment ago you wasn't certain. Now you're saying that she's definitely not there. Sir, we have a search warrant. meaning that we can go in this house with or without you, and it look like you got pretty nice dough on your house, and we hate to have to kick that down and go in there and see. He said, I understand that this is your mother, but this is a very serious charge, and any information or anything you could do to help us find her would be helpful and beneficial to her as well as us, okay? They started asking Candace about searching her house, and I was like, that's kind of silly. He was like, before Candace could say no, Benny was like, hell no. Candace hit him with, I'm a third-year law student. I am the legal guardian of Quincy. That's my son. Why would I go to the hospital and steal my son when I'm the one who has legal guardianship over him? And that made good sense to the police, so they left that alone because they was looking like duh. And so they gone on round there to Bennett's house. But here's the thing. Before they left, they were asking, do you think that Hannah is dangerous? Candace said, yeah. Bennett like, no, she's not. She said, the cop said, do you feel as if she would cause the child harm? Candace said, yeah. Bennett like, look, we're not paying her no attention. My mother would not hurt that child. She loves him to death. I'm sure this is just a big misunderstanding, and my sister's probably going to want to drop them charges. Candace said, no, I'm not. I'm not going to want to drop no charges. And the police let him know that it is now out of Candace's hand. It's a federal offense, and she gonna be going down as soon as they find her, because you can't just be stealing people cheering about the hospital. Well, they head on over to Bennett's house. Now, we get this thing where Jeffrey pull up to Veronica's house for this engagement party. Now, he disgruntled like hell because he gay, and he feel like he being pressured into something. Out comes Melissa wearing this skimp. It's supposed to be Vicky's secret outfit, but don't look like it's got no secrets to it. She walked up to Jeffrey. She said, first of all, the bitch is watching, so the best thing to do is to get out of the car and come on, go with me upstairs and let's make love, okay? She said, she the one made me put this on and everything. Jeffrey, he a diehard. He like, nah, I ain't going. I'm not coming up in there. She said, look, today ain't the day. My dad has chemo today, and she already run around here acting like she can't find her checkbook. I don't want to do this no more than you, but get out that car, man up, and let's go. Child said, that's kind of man he need. That's kind of man he need. He need a man that's going to take charge and get him together. It's good Melissa got that in her, but he don't like your species, so you're going to have to, a man need to pay attention, Justin, if you're going to be the man of the hour for this, with Jeffrey for a while, okay? Child, we get upstairs, and Veronica up there brushing his wig. But she see them, and she gets to smiling, talking about, don't make too much noise. I don't want to hear that. Just personifying crazy, child. Just personifying crazy. So Jeffrey and Melissa go in their room. They ain't in there 30 seconds while Melissa is in her role. Melissa sitting up there hooping and hollering, talking about, oh, Jeffrey, oh. And he looking at her like, what are you doing? She like, you need to play along. She at that door. Jeffrey said, I'm not doing that. She said, you need to. Neither one of us have a way out of this. So I would suggest you give it the road with the status quo here. So she goes back to moaning, and Jeffrey started moaning too. But when he started moaning, he say, oh, Linda, oh, just an old Wyatt. She just looked at him like, you really are going to make this as difficult as possible. She looked out there one day and see that Veronica has left. She said, look, let me ask you something. Why you can't even be civil with me? She said, I don't want to do this no more than you do, but I have no other alternative. He said, well, how much do you need? She said, including the mortgage and my father's doctor's bills, it's about 1.9. Do you have that? Oh, I didn't think you did. So, see, I don't want to be here up under you no more than you want to be up under me. She said, it wouldn't hurt you to just be nice to me. He said, yeah, it would. He told her, he said, look, I can't separate the fact that you are part of this just as much as my mother was. He said, I don't like what my mother's doing, and I do not like being bullied. He said, you the one that took the time out to get me drunk, and to have sex with me, and now you're saying you're pregnant. So you're just as involved in this as my mother is. She said, nah, let me explain something to you. Do you honestly think your mother's the only one pushing this up? Not only am I having to do this to make sure that my father gets his treatments, my mother's pushing this up because she thinks this is a good idea. She said it wouldn't hurt you just to be somewhat nice to me. I know you gay. I know you don't like me that well, but you can't even be civil toward me. He told her no. He said, because at the end of the day, you're still a part of this situation, and I can't be pretending like I like you when in deep down inside, I'm not here for you, girl. I don't like you. You are a part of this. He told her good looking, waiting on me to be nice to you, and he left up out of there. Now, Bennett, let's go back over to Bennett's house, because they let the police search, and of course she's not there. The cop goes to give him his give Benny his number. If you hear anything from your mother, call me. Benny said, I don't need that. You might have to throw that away. That cop told Benny some real life Black Lives Matter type of information. He said, let me explain something to you. Every cop that's going to be out here looking for your mama is not going to be as kind as me. If you hear from her or call her or she calls you, you would be wise to call me opposed to letting some overzealous cop run up on your mother and wind up hurting her because they want to be a hero, especially where a child is involved. Benny, instead of letting that absorb and being grateful the man told him that, he talking about, yeah, I wish either one of y'all would touch my mama. Now I get you. You're supposed to be down for the mama, but you don't tell them that. You know what I'm saying? You don't tell them that they gonna have to be looking for you as well if they hurt your mama. That ain't what you say. You should have just took that as a blessing in disguise. Told the man, yeah, but you ain't gotta talk to him. But you don't tell him what you gonna do. And this cop really was being real with you, because there are a lot of cops out here that's not doing it because they truly want to serve and protect. And for a chance to become a hero, especially rescuing a child, they wouldn't have no problem knocking your mama out. That's what he was trying to tell you in so many ways. But Benny wasn't hearing, and the cop went ahead on left. But Benny said, okay, I see how y'all gonna play this, and I guess he going off to do something. Now the police is over at Catherine's house asking her about Hannah. She said, Hannah don't work for me anymore. He said, she said, what's the problem? So they tell her that they looking for Hannah. Why? She said, well, did you check a house over on Willow Street? He said, yes, ma'am, we actually been there and the house burnt down. Catherine played that thing real good. She went to clutching her imaginary pearls, talking about she didn't know and all of that stuff, child. She played it like she ain't really know Hannah, because the cop asked her, is they close? She said, how close would I be? She just was my maid. So, she tell him, if I hear anything, I don't want to get this thing mixed up. Okay, if I hear anything, I'm going to let you know about it, okay? I'm going to come back and holler at a player if I find out that, you know, I hear anything about it, okay? Well, a cop standing there and she escorts him on out the door. As soon as she get him out the door, she get a collect call from an inmate at a county jail. Now, at first, because I didn't know exactly that Hannah was at Catherine's house, I'm thinking, I know doggone well they ain't called Hannah. She didn't already called to get her bail. But no, it was Jim. She accepted the call and he starts asking her about Wyatt. She said, I haven't been up there. He said, you the mother and you haven't been up there. She said, well, according to Hannah, he's fine. He said, no. I don't want to hear it from Hannah. I don't even want to hear from David. I want the mother, our son's mother, to put her big girl panties on and get her ass down there. Catherine wasn't hearing this. She told him, she said, you don't dare talk to me like that. Now, I do what I got to do when I got to do it, but I tell you what, since you want to know how you doing, go see him your damn self. And she hung up on his face. And if y'all ain't catch it, she called him a bitch. And they didn't stop it from being said, because we could clearly hear herself, stupid son of a bitch. I said, go ahead, Catherine, you too. Child, so, let me see what I mean. Benny go over to that tow yard. Now, the police is following him, right? They not even being, you know, they usually follow you from a distance, but he know the police is following him. And when he get there, of course, he upset and he asking Mitch, can he use his phone? Mitch like, yeah, why? What's going on? It's got anything to do with that cop behind you? He said, look, man, I just need to use your phone. He ain't trying to tell him that. Don't know that if maybe he telling this, it might be some help to you. Mitch come out his pocket with a dummy phone, say it ain't no way to be traced. There's nothing else. You can use as much as you want to. Then they're looking at him like, man, we gonna have to talk. We gonna have to talk, because you know a little bit too much about this mess and stuff like that. And so basically, you know, he's saying that they business has been booming, you know, steadily. And Bennett say, yeah, because I whooped his ass. Mitch said, okay, I'm going to let you have it. We all know the only reason why them phones back on is because of Mitch and Mama Rose. But let Bennett have his moment in the sunlight. So he using that phone. He calling Hannah phone back to back, telling her, you know, call him at that number. And finally she answered the phone, and she called him back one. And he was like, Mom, what did you do? She said, I don't know why I did it, but I just couldn't see him going to foster care. He said, well, I'm going to try to get Candace to drop the charges. She said, Candace ain't going to drop no charges against me. She already said if you ain't suing the crier, she ain't going to let me have the baby. And she sure enough ain't going to drop these charges. He said, is that what she said to you? Hannah said, yeah, she told me that. He said, but I don't know why I did it. I just don't want him to get put in foster care. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take Candace back to her. He said, what? She said, yes, I'm going to take the baby to him. He said, Mom, you on the news every 5 minutes and your face is plastered everywhere. How you going to get there? She said she was going to ride the bus. Now, Hannah, how you going to ride the bus if they got Amber Alerts coming out on you every 5 minutes? So then she says to him, well, I'll just get Michael's truck, letting us know that she still got some affiliation with Michael. You ain't sleeping with him, because if you would, I understand that you may still be very, very into this, you know, this situation with your daughter. But if you was getting some dust knocked off that old pussy girl, I'm telling you, it'll change your perspective. Sometimes some good dick will make you fucking forget about anything going on. Trust and believe. How y'all think I stay on this camera looking cute with all of the stuff that be going on? Child, somebody loves me, baby. Oh, 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 I'm telling you, somebody loves you, baby. But, so she gonna meet him over there. He gonna meet her over there, and he say he gonna work it out with Candace, okay? Now, I'm trying to decide if I want to go and get this hood. That'll be the last thing I talk about. Okay, so Benny winds up going over to Candace's house. Okay? He done snuck in through the back way talking about the police following him and stuff. When he get there, he gets to telling her, you know, can you just call child welfare and get them to allow Mom to be the legal guardian? And she said, absolutely not. He said, look, you need to, and Mom is on her way over here to drop Lil Quincy off to you, because she wasn't trying to take him. She just didn't want the state to get him. She said when she get him, I'm going to call the police. At that moment, it's a knock at the door. Oh, before that happened, he let her know she know about her telling Hannah to make him sue the criers. She said, so, she told you about that? He said, yeah. He said, Candace, why would I sue them people? She said, because you could pay me back my money I bought the tow yard with. He said, oh, we ain't gonna go there with how you got that money. Then there was a knock at the door. Now they assuming that it's Hannah bringing the baby over there. He arguing and trying to get her not to dial 911, but she just got it in her head. She needs to call 911 and report what her mama did to her, okay? Child, he trying to get her not to do that. She just tell whoever it is to come in. She assuming it's Hannah, and guess who bust that corner? Laura from the bank. She like, what are you doing here? He said, well, I wanted to talk about this loan that we approved for the 2 houses and the tow yard. Benny like, the tow yard? Oh boy asked him, so, no, I think he introduced himself as Benjamin Young. He said, oh, okay, well, we need to talk about your signature being on these loan papers and verify whether or not it was your signature or not. Candace sitting there with her face in a million pieces because all of her demons are coming back to haunt her all at once. Next week, we gonna hear whether or not he actually going to verify whether or not that's his signature, and we all know it's not. So, child, this getting real good in these last couple of episodes. Okay, that was a hot mess. You really send your mom to jail, but you ain't think about none of that other mess. Catherine go to see Wyatt. Okay. She go over there to see Wyatt, and the nurse ain't even know she was the mama. She's standing there saying, she wanted him to come back to her, and the nurse informs her that he was calling for you. She said he always called me when he got scared, and the nurse is telling her that he's getting better. He's been coming in and out of consciousness as they lower the medication that's making him sleep, and he should be just fine. And she'll leave her in there. Catherine had this conversation with Wyatt, saying that he's her baby. He came in this world with a bang. They was on a ski trip in Wyoming, and she had Wyatt. She named him Wyatt because her wild little boy. She said, son, I didn't keep your inheritance away from you to hurt you, but to save you from hurting yourself. Okay? So, she said all of that and squeezing his hand or whatnot. Now, before she get there, let's go back to the scene when the police left and she got through cussing Jim out. She go up there and, of course, Hannah is there with the baby. Catherine is cracking up at the fact that Hannah done found that the infamous Hannah Young, the saint who does no wrong, Hannah Young, has actually committed a crime, and it's quite hilarious that Hannah is actually a fugitive. Of all things, Hannah Young, a fugitive. And I got what she was saying, but y'all see how, even though Hannah was saying it was a serious situation, and it's not funny, you see how Hannah realized that Catherine needed that laugh, and she was not upset with her for laughing. In fact, she joined in with it. Why is it that her good girlfriend couldn't tell her the same thing when she was laughing about the Veronica situation, being stabbed by Jeffrey with the lapel knife? Catherine got all in her feelings and asked Hannah to leave, talking about my son's still dead. But see, Hannah, this is the same situation, just different scenarios to it, but basically the same. And Hannah can laugh with you in that. She told her, she said, look, I can't go see Wyatt. So that's why she did. She went to see Wyatt because Hannah couldn't go. Plus Jim the cuss died and told her to get her ass down there. Okay, so in this little meeting, they have a conversation about her going to see Wyatt, and the fact that she knows who she is walking in that hospital, but she don't know what kind of woman or what woman she'll be when she walk out. Hannah say, what you mean? She say, when a person does something to you, you can handle that. But when they deliberately put a smoking gun in your children's hand and almost cost them their lives, then that's when it goes to a whole nother level. And Hannah, you know exactly what I'm talking about, because did you or did you not just steal this boy out this hospital? Hannah understood. But Hannah advised her, don't go and do nothing, because see, her thing is Jennifer, the DA, had she not been so busy trying to get Jim and not paying attention to what Wyatt could possibly go through. But then again, I can't really get mad at, well, see, the way I see this, Jennifer kind of followed protocol. She did have him drug tested. It was him that was deceitful about it, and he is the reason why he is ultimately laying up in that hospital like he taking a nap with no IVs and monitors on him. But he's supposed to have been OD'd for over 30 plus hours with a shallow pulse. That is. So basically Hannah telling her girl, look, you don't need to do nothing. You don't need to do nothing like that. She said, it saddens me that I can't be the voice of reason because I myself have done something kind of over the top. But the last thing you want to do is go down there to that DA office and act a fool or try to do anything to her. I understand where you were coming from with it, but you need to let that go. Okay? And that was it today. She decided she gonna go and see her son. Of course, I just told y'all what happened when she went to see her son, okay? That's how they went. I'm gonna say the queen of them part for the end because I'm gonna get that completely on up out my way. Let me make sure I get all this here other stuff out of the way. Okay, now down at David campaign headquarters, the last scene gonna be this Quita mess. That's why I'm gonna end it with that. Now, last scene is second to last scene. Oscar come to David in his office and say, "I gotta get out of town. I've been followed. I was followed last night." He said, "How did you know that?" He said, "Well, I kind of picked up on somebody that was trailing me last night, and when I woke up this morning, I found this phone with a GPS tracker on it." David was like, "You don't have no idea who it could be?" He said, "No, I don't know who the hell it is." He said, "I just picked up on it last night." He said, "Well, how did you handle that?" He said, "Well, I got a mark. He's out of town right now, but every time I'm in town, I go have dinner with his family, and his kids are acclimated to calling me father and stuff like that. So when I realized I was being followed, I went to the house. I actually went in and said, 'Daddy's home.' The kids came out there hollering and being happy to see me, and we wound up having a dinner." He said, "But I don't live there. That is my Mark's home, and his name happens to be Brandon too. And so I need to get out of Dodge to see what the real tea is, because I got a lot of enemies. I can't pinpoint who it could possibly be, okay?" David is saying, okay to that and telling him he was real clever and how he, switched that situation up last night and took him to the wrong house opposed to being, where he actually is calling himself staying while he in the good old Savannah, okay, of Georgia. So, as he's saying that, here comes Veronica in this hideous blonde wig. Y'all, I holler. Please, y'all, anybody that's not subscribed, go over to Random TV Reviews. Y'all, they did a skit of Veronica in that head and David in that office scene. It was quite entertaining. Baby, I hollered when Lynette came on that screen with that damn blonde wig on. I said, "Jesus be a shield and take me now, Lord. Fix it, Jesus." That was funny. Yeah, she come to that office. All of a sudden, Oscar done went from Oscar to Brandon to now he Jonathan somebody, and he telling him that he needs to get a leak fixed or the landlord was going to charge him for it. And he walk out of there because they do the introduction. I guess Veronica ain't never met Oscar, and I imagine she had no reason to, so she probably don't. So, she in there like, he like, "What are you doing here?" She said, "That was my question to you. I thought maybe what are you doing? Reminiscing on the possibility that you and your boy Toy could have possibly gone to the mansion with your little white slut," which is why I wore the red blonde wig, because I won't take you down memory lane. And I know you got to be missing or whatnot. He said, "Veronica, if you don't get your crazy ass out of my office," he said, "Get your crazy ass out of my office." She said, "Well, no, I just wanted to come by and pay you a visit because it seems like you just couldn't resist. Even on the day that our son engagement party, you actually went down and filed divorce papers on me." And she pulled out her papers. He said, "Okay, yeah, I did that." She said, "So you just couldn't let it go until our son's engagement party was over?" Like, "Girl, you crazy as hell." He said, "Veronica, it was something they had a conversation about her being like a diamond." And she said, "Diamonds are expensive." He said, "Yeah, but they also flawed. And with each flaw, it depreciates the value of that diamond." She said, "But it's still a diamond." So he basically telling you your worth is almost up, because he trying to he don't have nothing to do with you. He done presented you with a divorce. He filed divorce on you. Then he done gave you a restraining order that's against you towards him and Jeffrey. You ain't to be 1,000 feet away. You're supposed to be 1,000 feet at all times away from him. She said, "That's going to prove to be a little bit difficult because Jeffrey lives with me." He said, "Veronica, you going to make that boy kill you." She said, but didn't you just say I was a diamond? He said, yeah, but you keep it up. This restraining order really to save your life. If you keep pushing this boy, you're gonna make him kill you. He said, she said, so I guess you won't be at the engagement party tonight. He said, no, I ain't gonna be at the engagement party tonight. I sure will not. She said, that's sad. He said, but Ron, let me give you another piece of advice. Stop pushing. She said, he said, if I was you, I would serve sandwiches, finger food, because you might not want to have him around a whole bunch of blunt objects and stuff, and you started picking at him. So, I'm trying to help you, girl. I advise you to go ahead on and let it be what it's going to be. She said, I'll grant you your restraining order. But again, Jeffrey can't do it because that's my son. He lives with me. Told her, girl, good luck with that, okay? So she sashay on up out of there. Now, let me make sure this is the last scene. Okay. So this last scene I'm going to talk about kind of drove me up the wall and aggravated me all at the same time because it was stupid. Now, we got Quita now. Let's go to the hood. Quita and them is standing out there and she all upset, still wondering what the hell her brother did. Apparently this girl named Dina, who she used to be pretty good friends with, been coming around. I'm under the impression that she may have been Quincy's little playmate or whatever. But Xena mad that, Quita mad that she keep coming around asking about her brother when she know that she looking for her brother and she worried about it. I don't know why this girl kept apologizing, but she kept apologizing and kept apologizing, and Quita wasn't hearing it with her bad acting. Now she had good on Greenleaf, but on this right here, this was told all of them was some bad acting. Tyler, call me. I could have did this better than her. But yeah, she basically woofing at the girl like, I don't want to have nothing else to do with you. I don't care that I've been knowing you a long time. Get away from around here and don't come back. So the girl, after she sees she can't beg her way in, she basically go ahead on and leave. She leave. Xena leave. But Xena came back. There's another scene. KK and the crew done been over to Veronica house, just peeping the scene to see if they can get anything on why Quincy has disappeared. They about to tell her, because he got this bag in his hand, something that they did observe while they was over by Veronica's way, but here comes Xena. So KK said, let her listen to what she got to say, because they already know they done seen her taking these tapes to Veronica's house, leaving them there. So, child, that's the Incredible Hulk. Okay, I'm sorry about that, child. But anyway, girl get to apologizing again. I still don't know what this girl really apologizing for. Is she apologizing because she liking on, she done been liking on Quincy and let him poke on her? I don't know what it is, but the girl just want to hang around. Quita so stupid, she don't know how to listen. And that's what KK was telling her. But she takes it upon herself to say, I can't wait till my brother come, because see, I'm going to let him know y'all been trying to run things. Run what? These are grown people who running something, and y'all in the hood selling drugs. What you running? That boy said, I ain't trying to run that. He said, but the problem with you is you don't listen. Now, I think you need to listen to what she's saying. So, girl, he said, come on over here and tell her. She steady apologizing, but Quita ain't really trying to hear. So it get to a point where boy just rips the girl's shirt off. I'm like, why is her ample bosoms on display like this right here? He said, look at what she got on. She been wearing a wide. So now Quita talking about, who that's for? Who you doing this for? Come to find out, Veronica, when she bailed out Quincy, must have made this girl start recording every conversation. So now the neighborhood, the gang, the crew is wondering, wait a minute now, you say Veronica Harrington bailed him out, and now this whole wearing a wife. You sure Quincy ain't done, snitching with the DEA. Quita like, hell no, my brother is not down like that. He don't do that. He said, man, I don't know. Sometimes when a brother locked down long enough, they start to, get a little fidgety and they'll do things. She said, I'll slap you in your face. My brother would never be a snitch, bitch. I said, I know that's right. Death before dishonor. But anyway, basically the girl don't know why Veronica really wants the information. She said she came to me, she told me to start taping these conversations. I've been doing it since Quincy got out of jail by her. And all I know is something dealing with, she wanted Quincy to do something about Candace. And it was something in relation to the little boy. Don't nobody know what the real tea is, okay? The girl don't even know. What we got out of this scene is Veronica is collecting info in case she needs to come back and use it against Quincy. That's what I got out of it. But of course, old girl, by her doing it, she broke the hood rules. And we see Quita say she finna take these tapes. Cause she asked KK, was it anything on the tapes? He said, ain't nothing really on there. But she gonna make them disappear. And she tell them, y'all make this whole here disappear. So they done took little Dark and Lovely out to probably kill her. And she's going to destroy the tapes and try to get to the bottom of why Veronica Harrington had a plant in their neighborhood. And that's basically what it was all. That's it. That's all to the situation that went on with that last night. Okay? If I left anything out, feel free to hit me up down in the comment section. We can continue it from there. In the meantime, in between time, please like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys back for the next video, which is going to be last week's Greenleaf. Peace.